Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Ultra Modded Survival. We're on episode 21 today, and today we are going to the moon again. We're going to establish a place that we can live and create oxygen and all kinds of neat stuff. But before we do, we need to talk about a few things. First off, we need to talk about Galacticraft and a few of their components. For example, this coal generator. It looks great. That's all I'll say good for it right now. And the only thing it takes is coal. I guess that's why they call it a coal generator. It doesn't take coke coal, which is a better resource to put into generators. Coke coal, if I get this right, is 2.5 times more efficient than coal. So 1 block of coke coal equals 2.5 blocks of regular coal. So it would last longer. You wouldn't have to keep filling up the machine with coal and that kind of stuff. That's the small downside to it all. The worst part to this whole thing is once this thing gets generated, which is going to be 10 kilowatts, which you're watching, it's going up. It's now at 5 kilowatts right now. Once it gets to 10 kilowatts, it doesn't generate any more kilowatts. It just burns coal. And if it doesn't have the coal in the inventory, it doesn't keep the energy buffered up. So it just disappears. It vanishes. So that is the downside. So we'll go ahead and watch this go in just a minute. On the other side of this whole thing, you got what I like to use is the geothermal generator, which is this right here. Once this generates power, it keeps it stored up in the buffer and doesn't let go of it. So that's a good thing, and I like that. It doesn't keep wasting lava. It just stores this. If you use it, then it'll kick itself back on. Just like this, this is a good energy storage module by Galacticraft. It's created the energy, is storing it, and doesn't need any more, so it just sits there until it's used. All right, so just go ahead. We are now at 10 kilowatts. You'll notice this will go down to 10 in just a minute. And just go ahead and just put one in there. There you go. And it continuously uses it. See, now we've lost that one. And in a minute, this whole thing's just going to disappear because it doesn't have any more energy in there to keep it sustained, any more coal. So it's a waste of our energy. It's not good use. So I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the geothermal. The other option we have, there it goes. See, it's all gone. Oh, just put coal in it real quick and catch it back up. And it has to go through the whole process. So it looks great. I'll give it that much. But I'm sticking with the geothermal. You could use a regular generator right here. It would sustain it. It would use coke coal and regular coal. It has a buffer, everything we need. But I'm just geothermal. It just, once you load it up, it stays running for a long, long time. You don't have to think about it. Another thing with the Galacticraft components is it drains energy. And one or two of them is not a big deal if they drain energy. But when you get a whole bunch of things draining energy, it can put a draw on the system. For example, the refinery. It's got everything refined, but if you keep it running, it will continue taking more energy. So I've decided to turn it off by using a switch. It's an EU splitter, and it takes a red signal. Once you hit a red signal, it separates it, and it stops letting it use energy and wasting energy. I mean, it's this, and it's also, there's another machine that it uses, the oxygen, what do you call it? The oxygen. Okay, we're getting to it. We'll go in this way. The oxygen collector. It also will continue running when it doesn't need it. Now it should, once it gets the oxygen, it'd be nice if it just stops running. But it won't stop running. It continuously runs and pulls energy. So put a red switch on it and it won't hurt as much. If you're watching any Captain Sparkles, you might notice that he's having a problem with his energy, and it's because he's getting all these machines that will just continuously suck energy. I mean, it shouldn't be using any more energy once it has it. It should buffer it up and should keep it. But see, you saw it. It just continuously runs. Like this one here, it's got it in there. It's buffered up, and it won't continuously pull any more power. For example, here's another one. It has power, but it's not continuously using it. So that's two downfalls that I find. One to the oxygen collector and one to the refinery. All right, so just put a red switch on it, and we'll be all set. All right, we're going to talk about next what we're going to take with us to build our space station, or not space station, our colony, or our dome that we're going to put on the moon. right now what we're going to need to take with us, we don't need this crap anymore, thank goodness. I'm going to take 2 buckets of water. We're going to take a item frame and a clock, and I'll show you what time it is on the moon. It's really nice. It has moon time, not earth time. Take some glow torches. I don't need you. Here we got our ender tank with our geothermal engine, our generator. We're going to take some aluminum wire. We're going to take some oxygen wire. We're going to take 1 oxygen collector. Actually, 2 oxygen collectors. I've found that I need 2 to keep my room sealed. 1 will not keep my room sealed. An oxygen compressor so we can fill up our tanks, and then an oxygen sealer to seal up the room that we're going to make. To keep the room sealed, to get the wires and the oxygen lines through, we need at least 2 oxygen pipe sealer rooms and 1 aluminum wire sealer. This is going to help us build. It's called a building guide, and I'll show you more about that later. This is also going to help us build. It's called an angel block. I will show you how to make that later and how it's used. And then we need stuff to help us make the oxygen. I like dirt to do the wheat. We're going to do some wheat. We're also going to plant some trees, which we don't need the dirt for. We got our hoe for our seeds, and then we're going to bone meal if we need it. Then on the other side, we're going to need a bunch of stuff to build. I need at least 4 blocks to make the floor, and then we need, just say, 5 stacks of glass. Alright, let me get all this loaded in there, and then we'll come back. Oh, let me also tell you, for safety, I bring along an extra thing of air, and then I got my canister of fuel to get back. It doesn't have to be full, but I like to take a full one. We're going to put a flag down, and I have an extra battery. So let me go ahead and get this all organized, and we'll meet you over at the rocket in just a minute. Alright, we got our inventory all set and ready to go. It's time to go back to the moon. Dun, dun, dun. And we are going to have blast off in 15 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. This is still one of the coolest mods. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off, and we have ignition to infinity and beyond. Time to go to the moon. Alright, we have everything to colonize it. We are going to build a place that we can live on, and we can cohabitate on, and we can build food on, and we can live one on the moon in this dangerous environment that we have with no oxygen. Oh yes. Alright. I want to talk a little bit about ways to get to the moon and back. The rocket obviously is the primary way of getting there the first time. Once you get there, you can always use other options. We can use a telepad to telepad back and forth. We can use Mystercraft in the home books, which we haven't gotten into yet. We could use the nether portal, then go from the moon to the nether back to our place. Believe that's all. There might be another one there somewhere. I don't believe, whoops, let's go to the moon, some dimension. I don't believe we should do that. I believe we should always use the rocket. That is the whole purpose of this mod pack. Let's go ahead and decelerate before we crash into the moon. So you'll always see me using the launching the rocket, because that's the way it should be to me. I might start skipping it in future episodes because it's just not needed to be shown every single time. So, but I think that's the way we should be. Alright, just right click and get out of this baby. Alright, good. Moon's coming up. No, sun's coming up. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get out the launch pad. Just going to put it right here. And the rocket. And we are going to set this up in case something starts to happen. We can get the hell out of here if we have to. And also, just to show you, how do you set this up each time? That's the other option. All right, let's get the rocket down here. And let's fuel this bad boy up. I have a canister of fuel. We'll stick that in there. It's loading now. And there's a little bit more fuel here in our lander. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. Not much, but it's not waste. And we'll take that and we'll put it in the fuel loader. And let's go ahead and put this in our bag so we don't need it anymore until we get back to base, which is going to be a long time. Kind of scary. Let's go ahead and check the fuel level here. Whoops, wrong button. Fuel, we're full on fuel. So I'm going to turn off the loader and try to save some of my battery. There we go. So our rocket's all set and ready to go. It's time to leave. Let's place our flag and claim this land as ours. What you do, last time I didn't know this, you reach out, you don't let go of the right click button until you get it all the way extended, and then you let go and ba-dam! I have claimed this as my land. Alright, I am going to build my fortress up here at the toppest point, the highest point, I think, that's close to my lander. And I love these footprints. And it is so cool. Look at those things fly. I wish it could be this easy on Earth. Alright, let me clear this off and we'll be right back. Alright, got it all cleared off. Let's see if we can find a center spot here. And we'll base our whole map here off the center spot. It goes from where? Right here to right there. So we're talking about right in here somewhere. That looks good. Yeah, right there. We will consider that our center of everything. The center of everything. Everything. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some plants, some trees, before we can get those growing. One more. I want to do 5 across. I thought that was a spider. Scared me for a minute. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Didn't say 2 more. I said 1 more. There we go. And get our water down here. Which other one do I want to use? That'll work. Trying to keep my inventory nice and organized. And I am going to try experiment while we're at, does trees need water to grow? We shall see. Oops, wrong button. There we go. More. Alright, infinite water here. Let's go ahead and fill this one up. And let's plant some trees now. I'll put 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still thought that was a spider again. It's not bad here on the moon during the day. It's at night that it gets really bad. Alright, let's try. Let's see if these grow without water. Go, and over here. And I got some seeds. We'll grow some wheat in just a little while. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of trees. Perfect. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get rid of these things. I'm trying to get stuff out of my inventory that I don't need. I'm going to put an oxygen collector here. Put one here. And then we need my wrench. We're going to need the oxygen and the aluminum. It's going to move that back over there again. There we go. Alright, so that's the oxygen right there. No, that's the oxygen there. That is the power. So let's just see. Let's try. No, I like the way it was. Okay. Alright, this is going to be the power. So where's my power? Right there. Yep. Power. Power square. Yep. And over here is going to be my oxygen. I have discovered you need 2 of these oxygen collectors to seal a room. One was just not enough, not even if it's a really small room. So you need 2 of these suckers to make sure it works. And let's go ahead and go up here. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that sounds good. Do the same on the other side real quick. Yep, same height. And I'm going to go ahead and get these bricks. We're going to get these bricks out. Gotta love these bricks. These are our sealable aluminum wire brick and our sealable oxygen bricks. That way when you have a seal you don't lose it, because the bricks will control it. Let's see, this one I got in my hand is the oxygen. Which one do I have in my hand? Aluminum's there. This is my aluminum, so it goes here. And this is my oxygen. And it's going to put one here, and you'll see how this lays out in just a little while. One here and one here. And then right here I want to put a temporary block. And we're going to show you a cool block that I have. It's called a builder's block. A builder's guide. Just so cool. Alright. We're going to lay it right here. And see, it shows you a guide of how to build the dome I want to build. I'm not going to build the bottom part. I'm going to build the top part. I kind of think this is cool. Now this dome right now is set by 8 by 8 by 8. So it's 8 wide, 8 deep, 8 high. That's a little bit too big for us. So what we want to do is we're going to go 7 wide, 7 high, and 7 deep. So to do that, you have to click on the sides. Click on this side, it might be the positive. Click on the other side, it might be the negative. So you'll see. We're going to click on this side. And you see down in my text bar, it went down 1. So we're now at 7 by 8 by 8. Let's click on this side and see what happens. The other side went up, so that's the wrong side. So we need to go down using this side. Now we're at 7 by 8 by 7. If I click the top and make the middle number go up higher, so I know this one. We're going to go down here on the bottom. We're going to click on it. Now we got a 7 by 7 by 7 dome. Okay, that's our guide. We're going to do that one there. And I am going to build the floor now. Whoops. And one more. Yep. And you can see how it comes through. And that's our guide. That's our outside block that we need. And I'm going to continue doing this until I get the floor all done. And then we will start back from there. And we will, actually I could probably go ahead and get the generator going real quick while we're talking. We're going to put the generator, I'm going to put the generator over here. Since we talked about the geothermal generator, we're going to use that one. Where is it? There it is. And my ender tank, again. And we're going to stick this bad boy right there. We're going to put the ender tank on top. Oh, hit shift. Turn that thing. I just heard a meteor. And we have power now going into it, so that's good. And then on this side we are going to put our compressor. That's the oxygen compressor. We're going to put the sealer underneath later. Oops. And we're going to right click on it, and it has power, so we're all good. It doesn't have oxygen yet. It should have oxygen. Oh, we don't have any trees yet. So once the trees start growing, we should start getting oxygen. So we'll give the trees a little while. Oh, there's one tree. It should start getting something. Oh, there's the oxygen. So now we have oxygen. We can put our tanks in here to refill them if we want to. For an example, we'll take one of these out and we'll put it in here. And it's refilling. And let me go ahead and get my other one out. Let's see, where is that one? I have a spare just in case. There it is. And we'll put that back in here, for we won't go out of oxygen real quick. But that's how we refill our oxygen. It is filling up right now. It's kind of slow, so you got to be always careful. It's always good to have one. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and finish building this floor, and we will be right back. Alright, platform's just about done. The worst thing about it is if you look away from this thing, the building guide, if it gets out of your screen, the guide disappears. So I guess that's alright. It makes things a lot easier. Alright, now we're going to get our glass going. We're going to start putting our glass all the way around the fortress and build our dome up. And I don't know if I'm going to edit this out or if we're going to do it fast forward or a combination of both, but we'll see. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, we're on our last level. We are about to have a sealed room. Let's see, we got one. That's it. Let's go through here. And we have a sealed glass dome now. We'll look at it from the outside later. Let me get rid of some of these helpers here. And we will seal this room off for oxygen. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the time here on the moon. Moon time is different than Earth time. I believe, I could be completely wrong on this, that on the Earth it cycles every 12 minutes, and here it's 8 times longer, so it would last 96 minutes. So the sun's right above us. I've been here for a while. That's about right. Alright, we don't need this anymore. We have our dome all built and ready to go. Everything looks good. And now we're going to place the oxygen sealer in here. There you go. Hit shift and there we go. Right click on it and it is working. Now, I didn't get the chance to show you because I got lucky both times. If it doesn't go in right the first time, right click it with the wrench and it'll rotate. You didn't see it rotate, but it did. And you see, if I hit seal, I'll probably lose all my power. Yep, we got a sealed room, but I lost all my power and my oxygen because it's not connected right. So just right click it again, and it rotates it again, right click it again, and one more time. It should be back to where it was. There we go. Now we have power coming in, we have oxygen coming in, we have a sealed room. We can take our oxygen mask off if we choose to. But whenever we're in this room, our tanks won't be deplenished any. We won't use it any. So that's a good thing. And we can always recharge our oxygen while we're in here. So we got that one all recharged. Let's go ahead and do a couple more here. And ta-da! And as I put this one back in, it won't be used any. As long as we're in this sealed room, we'll be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put my mask on. I always like to have it on. And it's not like you die instantly when you go out there, but it's not fun. Alright, let's go ahead and eat. It looks like I'm starving to death. We're going to talk about the time here. And one neat thing I have is on the Earth, I like my clock. It tells you what time it is. You can carry this around any way you want, but I like putting them on an item frame. And let's put it right here, item frame. And then put our clock on here. And this is actually moon time. If you look up, we're about halfway up. The blue area is the daytime, the black area is the nighttime, obviously, and that's supposedly the sun. And it's about midway through. So if you ever get curious how far you are in the daylight, or when it's nighttime is when it really matters, because you wonder how much longer is night going to last, you can see how much longer it's going to last. So it's a nice little clock. If you're in a place like in the caves on the regular Earth, it's a great place to look to. Or we can also look at this and gauge, okay, we can go out and explore. I'm going to have to figure out a good way of killing mobs, because we need mobs and we need some of their drops. But I'll tell you what, they sure do come like crazy, so we will work on that one. Alright, now we have a sealed room, we have sealed oxygen, we have everything we need. We have oxygen recharger. I hadn't even checked on our trees down below, but everything seems to be doing good. Actually, wow, before we do leave, let me go down there and check on, put that in there. Check, see which one did better. the one with water, or the, well, I can't go out that way. One of the things that we're going to build in the next episode, I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for some meteors, and meteors will help us make airlocks, because you need the meteors to make airlocks. So I am going to make some airlocks and get some meteors, and that'll be the meteors. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It sounds weird. All right, let's see how this looks down here. It looks like with water or without water, the trees grow. So, and I think the dome looks pretty cool. I don't know about you, but I like that. All right. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to give me, or anything, good feedback or positive, or good or positive, good or negative, it'd be appreciated. Just leave them in comments below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. That always helps. And until next time, have a great day.